A narcissist, one of the neediest creatures on the planet. The excessive amount of attention they require just to get from day to day is mind-blowing. Narcissists build a harem of people that they can reach out to whenever a need should arise. Let's take a look at how a narcissist builds a harem and who finds themselves as having a membership to this particular club. Number 1. They create false narratives. Most people who get hooked up with a narcissist end up in this position because they end up falling for a false narrative in the beginning of the relationship. The narcissist tells you some kind of sob story, pity me, I'm the underdog, I have the worst luck in the world, the victim of circumstance. People fall for it hook, line, and sinker. If they don't go that direction, love bombing is a completely different approach that also uses a false narrative of building up the person. You're obsessively complimented, your phone blows up, they want all your time, all of your attention. It's daunting and it's overwhelming. Most of a narcissist's relationships with people are started under one of these two things. Either, oh, I'm so pathetic and sad, help me, feel sorry for me, or love bombing. And honestly, sometimes it's a little mix of the two. Number 2, they have a lot of friends. Lots and lots of friends who you never meet and you never see. And upon investigation, they seem to kind of have a thing for the narcissist. You can tell that there is maybe something flirty there. A lot of friends of the opposite sex, if they happen to swing that way. Always chatting on social media, talking inappropriately, but all under the guise of, hey, it's just a joke. It's not really a big deal. This is just a friend. We're just kidding around. And this is where the narcissist in these situations purposefully confuses these friends. They do flirt with these people and even on a rare occasion treat them like a partner or a potential partner, knowing that this keeps these people around and keeps them giving to the narcissist. After your initiation, of course, into the harem, you're usually placed in this little category here for a while the narcissist tests you to see what kind of supply you're willing to provide. Number 3, the narcissist future fakes. Well, I mean, after they hook you, of course, you have to stay hooked. That's the whole point. Nearly all of the people in the harem are future faked at some point into maybe possibly one day they'll have a little bit more with this person than what they currently have. The friends get told they'll have a relationship. The people that they're involved with romantically, they get told, well, more commitments coming soon. We're going to move in, get married, and the kids and all of that. Everyone is promised like a promotion, for lack of a better word, something that they've been wanting badly, whether it's kids, marriage, maybe even just exclusivity, whatever the case may be. Usually the narc will go around and future fake and tell you exactly what you want to hear that keeps you in for the long haul. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one about what you're going through with a narcissist, you can call, email, or visit my website for more information and to book a chat with me. All that information is on the screen for you now, but it's also available down in the video description. Number 4, they target very specific people. A lot of narcissists gravitate towards younger people. They have much less life experience. They tend to be more forgiving, of course, more naive, and easy to confuse. Narcissists will never chase those who can give them a run for their money. They're always typically going after somebody who they don't see as any kind of equal, as any kind of a threat. They'll date people much younger than them. They might even have jobs like teachers. They can feel like royalty, ruling over kids, maybe even in some cases disabled people or elderly people. Again, even just your regular run-of-the-mill adult who they think is overly empathetic, sympathetic, kind, forgiving. But there is definitely a target and a specific type of person that each narcissist loves to go for. Number 5, they keep having kids. Now, there are narcissists who try to have kids with every person they get into a relationship with. I know. I was with just such a narcissist who has a kid with every person that they've publicly been with since me 6 years ago, all by different people, and they actually tried to do this with me, but just didn't succeed. And having kids keeps you stuck with them for at least 18 years. You have to keep in touch. On top of doing this to keep you around, they get to play mom or dad, respectively, of the year, and now they have a little gaggle of children that they can be all narky, shitty, and abusive to. Number 6, they run hot and cold. This is Narcissism 101. These folks run hot and cold depending on what they have going on with other people. When a new person comes in, watch out for that blizzard. It's going to get chilly. If they lose a source or they discard, things might ramp up and get hotter with you for a little while. They might get distant when they need something from somebody else. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I have to tell the truth. It's just musical chairs with people depending on who can give what and when. It's just somebody who's obsessively needy, circling around as many people as they can, trying to find a way to meet the needs. Hot and cold causes confusion, but it also builds the trauma bond. That's why this is so dangerous. You will stay through the winter because you know at some point, well, spring is right around the corner, and you're willing to just kind of put on the big coat and wait for a while. Number 7, they employ void fillers and backup plans. Now, some people are in the friends category. I want to talk about the full hierarchy here in a second, but some actually don't make the cut of even being a friend. They fall lower on the list, and they are people who usually either rarely see the narcissist or don't see them at all. These are the relationships the narc keeps like long distance. It's purely all social media or just calling, just texting. Again, long distance, their future faked into, well, we'll meet someday, but like, I need 10 years first, just wait. Someday we'll meet. This is really, really common when they are trying to get supply that is long distance. Number 8, they gather supply at work. The office is a great place, and I'm sure you know it wherever you work. It has its own little ecosystem. Whatever they're doing for work, the place is bursting at the seams with politics, popularity contests, and filled with people that the narcissist will lure into their harem and add to their team. Just because these folks go to work every day doesn't mean their bullshit stops. It never stops. There are a lot of people in the workplace for a narc to add to their collection. When I talked about them selecting younger people a couple moments ago, it does benefit a narcissist to do that. But they're also, again, like I said, looking for those who are highly empathic, easily fooled, and those who are easy to take advantage of. They also target folks with low self-esteem. A lot of the time, if you don't feel very good about yourself, you don't believe you deserve better, so what you do is stay in the abusive situation. If you're afraid that you might lose your job or lose the corner office, whatever the case may be, a lot of people will fall victim to a narcissist's workplace drama just to avoid any further trouble. The hierarchy of supply, which I think is important to talk about, will always go the same way. Whoever is the most important to the narcissist, whoever the narcissist feels provides the most, not the best, the most, will be most important as far as the narc is concerned. At the top, unfortunately, the higher up you are, the more the narcissist is convinced you're not going anywhere, so your treatment is actually worse than those more on the lower rungs, the lower parts of the totem pole than other people. It's really shitty, but it's true. The ones at the top are the ones who are being abused the most. They're being cheated on, they're being financially taken advantage of, so on and so forth. And so the first primary person is normally their spouse or their primary partner, their long-term, boyfriend, girlfriend, respectively. Now, secondary sources catch the rest. The primary, again, is at the top of the tower, the spouse, the partner, and then you have the secondaries. Those are the boyfriends and the girlfriends, again, respectively. They're not at the top, but they're right there. The narc might see them a couple of times a week. The secondaries might even know that the narcissist is married or has a long-term partner. They're getting future faked by the narcissist, that the narc will leave the primary for them. The narcissist might be telling them sob stories about maybe why they can't leave their partner, and so on and so forth. So that's the second string of romances. You move a little bit further down, those are your friends, okay? And then you go down from that, now we're on to the friends, okay? The void fillers, the online people, the backups, the work people. When the narcissist isn't getting something romantically, this is where you can find them. They go to the top first, and then depending on who's available, they go down, 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 texting a million miles a minute until it just so happens to hit somebody who, it works and that person's available. That person might be in Norway, but if that's the closest person, that is who the narc is going to focus on. Even further down, after all of that, you've got the baby mama or daddy, again, respectively. They will absolutely still torment these people. And depending on how many kids you have and what's happening, these people can choose to be really involved, maybe not. Although most narcs do tend to kind of fade out as their kids get older. The kids grow up, mom and dad, totally not cool. They want to go do their own thing. This can offend narcissists, and they usually just kind of bow out gracefully as the kid gets older. Not always, but a lot of the time. And lastly, and definitely leastly, you have the exes. You're last. You're dead last. You're not taken seriously at all. You are a has-been. You are washed up. You are useless, old news, and old hat. But you are kept because the narcissist will see if they can grab a few little tidbits from you and circle around in times of need and times of absolute desperation. They will also circle around sometimes just to pick at you, just to see if you will still talk to them, but rest assured, you are still treated pretty crappy. You're the one that's the easiest to replace. You're the one where they will eventually stop coming around. Unfortunately, the ex is bottom of the rung, bottom of the ladder. A narcissist will need to make sure that somebody is around 24/7 to be there for them, and to make sure that someone can take care of any need they might have. And this explains why narcs are really super dull and boring. Because when all of your time is spent making sure that people are in place to give you what you need, there doesn't really leave a lot of time for personal development. So tell me where you fall or fell in the narcissist's harem. How did you get out? Are you still in? What's happening? Do they still try to suck you back in? Share all of that with me down in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.